Hello my friends, my name is Dobby and this is Dobby Reacts. Here on the video we are going to be reacting to Andor Season 1 Episode 5. I'm excited to see what we've got here in Episode 5. I know, we're 5 episodes in this point and I know that I have been slaughtering all the names in the show or just completely forgetting or missing them altogether. So took some notes beforehand to help me remember all of these new characters we were introduced to, especially in this last episode with episode 4. I really felt like we were introduced to this whole new cast of characters, both those who are involved with Vel and this heist situation, and then also with the Imperial officers and the female officer, what was her name? Miro, who seems to be most kind of onto what might be happening specifically with Cassian and the star tracing unit that he stole under her jurisdiction. So yeah, interested to see where we go from here. It's interesting that from a story perspective, we've kind of moved on from the first 3 episodes, and with this fourth episode, we're introduced to this new heist situation that Cassian is being pulled into, and kind of showing the larger formation of the resistance that seems to be taking place with Mon Mothma and Luthen. It's seeming like they're kind of forming the basis of the resistance against the Empire. So excited to see where the story goes from here. I'm hoping that with this episode we start at least getting into Cassian implementing or beginning to get into whatever this heist situation is. I know that in the comments people have also said to consider episodes 4 through 6 in a set. So I'm guessing that means that whatever this heist situation is might resolve in episode 6. I could be totally wrong about that, but that's what I'm guessing. I thought that was so random in the last episode. They showed that shot of the Primor security officer going back to visit his mom on Coruscant. Really kind of intrigued to see what happens there. I feel like he's actually been a surprisingly really compelling character for me to watch. So we'll see whatever comes of that. The other thing, I mentioned this at the end of the last episode, but I'm still hoping that we get more on Kenari. Maybe that's going to be like a long-term thing that we don't figure out until the end of the season possibly, but would still just love to know more about the situation there and specifically what Marvo's doing on the planet. So might have to put that on the shelf for now until later on, but we'll see what this episode has in store for us. Thank you again for clicking on the video. If you like what you see here, please consider subscribing. As a new channel, I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is to head on over to my Patreon and become a member there. There we'll have access to unedited videos that you can watch. We'll also have exclusive content, and you can also vote on polls for what I watch next. So thanks again, and let's jump into the video. I'm still a bit suspicious that they're just stealing the payroll. I feel like it's going to be an actual object or something, but we'll see. You know, he's a good-hearted mercenary, though. Hopefully. Skeen, Terramin, Nemec, Cinta. Gotta remember these names. That was a funny reaction. Or a funny interaction between the two of them.
Are you in all the way?
Let's get to it.
I was hoping he'd give a more compelling answer there, but seems like they were fine with it. Alright, which intro music are we going to get this time? Last episode we had the drums. This is kind of a more somber version of the intro, it seems. There's something about him. It's like little kid energy, almost. Like, little kid got in trouble on the school playground or something.
Sarah, you're slouching.
That's how she knows something's up with him.
Be
Hashtag blue milk.
isn't something one just turns on and on at all. My assumption is you have no prospects for the future.
I had a spare room. Could have visited anytime you wanted.
Wow.
You know that.
Immediately getting into some family drama here. Can see where he gets his uptightness from. Is from his mom.
What is it you'll be asking for?
Someone who'll take you on.
You ever heard of nepotism?
Far high, are we?
Well, she's demanding, but she made you breakfast, so that's sweet. Oh. Something missing? No. Not his 50K diamond. Oh, maybe just the people. It's like, did I get ditched?
I'll be fine.
We'll see about that.
Whose is this?
He did bring up a good point, though. He's not showing up in the best condition, so
You know what this means, don't
it's kind of clear something happened beforehand.
you? Yeah. So where were you?
Sipo. Youth Center.
Hmm.
3 years.
So maybe they have some sort of shared experience in the past.
The axe forgets, but the tree remembers.
I think that was the episode title.
That's what you hear?
The X forgets.
Yeah,
It's a good quote.
Nemec's a surprise. He's green, but he's all in. He's a true believer. Nothing but the cause for him. And there's
I mean,
Sita.
did you see his replica work? He clearly is devoted.
I'm here to win and walk away.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Cassian better be careful, because like Luthen said last episode, he does appear to be disposable in some ways to the team.
Driver's here.
Cloris.
Yes.
The driver mole is here.
Am I serious? Just go, you're off the hook. Enjoying this? Get your coat.
She's the one that calls the shots in this family.
The point is, it's always all about you. Is this really how you'd like to start the day? I didn't choose this conversation.
The joys of having a teenage daughter. Seems like she's really, even her family, she's feeling isolated. Seems like the family is being quite comfortable with the new Empire situation. So it's kind of interesting.
Everything else will have to wait.
You're my idol reader. I know that there's a great deal of
Always looking for feedback reader.
fresh inspiration, two seemingly random objects, and yet this charts an astral path, this maps the trail of political consciousness, both systems based on truth, both navigating toward clear and achievable outcomes, basic facts expanded to...
Wow. He's good with technology. He's a political philosopher.
Yeah, but you gotta get it up there first.
Answer the question.
You really don't. There.
How do you input the weight?
That's what you're here for.
You sure it's on the rail? That's how they keep it. You're sure of that?
Yes, we're sure.
We're sure,
Everyone is in there every day.
right?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'll pilot.
No, you'll do as you're told.
I'm flying it. We can say it's your idea. I don't care, but if it's my ass on the line, I'm pulling this thing out of there.
I don't know if he's doing a great job at winning them over, but at least he has this helpful information to offer, which is good. Someone in the comments was saying that these sheep are possibly real with all of these hordes. They're so cool.
Don's wife needed help moving furniture for the dinner.
I'm guessing this is that temple structure.
This it. Shoulders back. More.
Don't touch me.
Personal bubble. Gotta respect.
Something you tell me.
Ah, we're back on the other planet. Does that mean more Marva? Hopefully.
Captain Tigo! Just get this up and running before my next staff meeting.
Yeah, I have a feeling like he's not gonna stick around here for long, probably.
About confidence. Quad. Hope.
Okay, this is good. They're doing this practice, trying to think through everything to make sure their cover isn't blown, so that's good.
Should swap sides.
Why don't you get a handle on what we're doing here before you start making suggestions?
Why? Why switch sides?
So much ego always involved.
You want your favors right, but shoot's left.
He's keeping tabs on everyone. Okay, everyone look like farmers. Act natural. Oh my gosh. Coming in close. So the ship is just like messing with them, I guess.
It's a big project.
Not too many Darnies to worry about anymore, though, eh? How many do you
Well,
think we'll have
that's
tomorrow?
depressing.
I don't know.
We already
It's less than 100.
scared all the people away, so.
Still enough to
Yes. I can. Get about your business, Corporal.
I just realized, is he the guy that's their inside man? Maybe I'm getting people mixed up. Totally possible.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm just moving your stuff.
Don't.
It was in the way.
Don't ever.
I thought you were checking the comms.
I feel like he's acting way too paranoid around everyone. It's kind of setting everyone on edge. Yeah, I guess that's maybe what he's primarily worried about, is if it's obviously valuable, trying to keep it a secret. Okay, let me look at my notes here. What was her name? This is Miro. She's the one you gotta watch for, I think.
2 more files each.
They both have the same sadistic joy of snuffing out this resistance. Just need a swig of espresso and you're ready to go. Oh my gosh, this is so sad. This took months and months. This must be the last night before it's go time.
The rebellion.
To the rebellion.
Well, that wasn't very spirited. Come on, to the rebellion! Hopefully these sheep can take care of themselves.
Tell you how wrong you were about Uncle. He said he never felt police work was your chosen path.
Because he knows me so well.
And whose fault is that?
Can I guess?
Perhaps
He's so moody.
more energy in the he knows how much we're counting on him.
Sick of these Cocoa Puffs, Mom. Still really intrigued where that storyline is going. It feels so random.
Distance to load.
But I don't hate it.
Everyone has their own rebellion.
Good point. Everyone's got their own stakes and losses and reasons why they're fighting.
What are you doing?
There we go.
Yikes. Well, this is
I knew it.
not great.
I knew you were lying. I need to know who I'm riding with.
You know exactly who I am. And you know I'll kill you for it.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we know it's not a fake, huh?
It's your call.
Let's not go too far, Clem.
This is such a crapshoot.
Yeah, don't put me on the spot.
Get your packs up. Move.
Can I have my crystal back, please? Yeah.
You'd be right where I am.
Tell yourself whatever you want.
I think he's probably right about that. I feel like given they have a similar past and their kind of attitude towards things is kind of similar. So, he's probably right.
I'm being paid. Paid to be here.
Okay.
You need
This
to
is
know?
probably a
That's it.
good choice to make, hopefully.
It's really only the money.
To take a risk like this.
He's like,
Come on.
you weren't moved by my manifesto that you read?
You can all chew on it there. All of you. Move.
Well, I feel like this is not the energy they want to be going into the situation with, but I think it was good that Cassian tried to clarify his intentions, because it is kind of a threat to his own life if he can't even trust the team he's working with. So
Didn't think you'd be interested.
Why is that?
It's charitable.
and you're not a charitable person. This car is so sleek. I love it. So I wonder what the two girls are going to be doing if the four men are going in uniform, it seems, into the base, but we'll see. Or we won't, because the episode will end right before it. The one that got away. Can't get over him. Wonder if their paths are, like, going to cross again somehow, maybe? Alright, green to go. It's on.
You couldn't fight him. He couldn't bear it, so he'd win a boat and fill his pockets with stones.
Yikes.
I always...
Kind of showing the Empire's lack of care for the humanity of people if it gets in the way of what they want.
Trees. That's as close to an apology as you're gonna get.
It's close enough.
Yeah, that was a good olive branch.
I need to hear you tell me you can follow the plan.
You won't have a problem with me.
Okay, not a great response. Hopefully, it's like a weird feeling that hopefully she's not actually leaving them behind for some reason, but hopefully not. I don't think we've seen him the whole episode.
There's nothing coming through tonight. You want to be useful? Go clean some coins.
We still have to maintain our front. I wonder which came first. Was he a gallery owner that became involved in the resistance, or the other way around?
It'll all be over this time tomorrow.
Or would he just be starting?
Or that?
Ominous. This definitely seems like this heist situation is maybe still part of an even bigger plan. All right, so that was episode 5 of Andor, and this, as anticipated, this definitely felt like a setup episode again, with, you know, getting right up to the brink of right when they're about to pull off this heist situation, but that will actually play out in the next episode. I feel like Cassian did not do a great job in this episode of winning over the trust of his team members. Like, he was so paranoid about the crystal. He at least was upfront with them eventually about why he was there in the first place. So hoping that during this next episode he could do a better job. I'm thinking they're probably going to run into issues that he's going to be able to help get them out of or around. So I think that will hopefully help win over the trust of the other team members with this situation. But yeah, at least in this episode, did not do a great job at that. I'm still so intrigued about the Primor officer who's just kind of moping on Coruscant. Just kind of, you know, can't get Cassian out of his mind, the case he could never resolve. Yeah, it's feeling very disjointed from the main storyline at this point, but I'm excited to see how they're going to weave that back into the story. And yeah, it definitely seems like from that final conversation that Luthen was having with his gallery owner there, that it seems like this heist situation is probably going to be either like a bigger instigation of the rebellion more generally, or some sort of, they're going to be achieving some other aim that hasn't been communicated to Cassian. So yeah, still feel like there's definitely more information that we're going to learn about what they're actually pulling off. And yeah, I'm still suspicious about Vel, like, leaving and not telling the rest, or at least not telling Cassian where she's going to be while they're going in and doing their part of the heist. Like I said in the episode, I'm hoping she's not just abandoning and leaving them behind, but we'll have to see. The stuff with Mom Mothma and her family and her husband is really interesting to me, how she's kind of feeling isolated from the changes that are happening in her life and like the strain that's causing her relationships. Mom Mothma is one of those characters that I know I should know more about if I was a more hardcore Star Wars fan. But still find her storyline really interesting, and I'm sure once we learn more about what this heist situation, how it fits into the larger rebellion, her piece in the story is going to make more sense. It's still feeling like there's so many different, strands of the storyline that don't feel totally connected yet, but I'm feeling confident that hopefully this will all come together in a way that's satisfying. It's interesting that, we just finished episode 5. Episode 6 is going to be just the halfway point through the season, and I'm anticipating we're probably going to have this heist take place in episode 6. We still have a whole half a season where I have no idea where the show is going from here. And, I think it works, that sort of pacing and not knowing where we're going. I think it works in a show like this because the storyline and the characters are interesting and compelling enough that it's okay that we don't know exactly where we're going. In other shows, I think if the story and the characters aren't compelling enough, not knowing where you're going, I think can really turn you off from losing your interest in a show or story. But I feel like it works in this case because, like I said, the kind of the mini arcs that they have within this show are really interesting, and as well as the characters and like the motivations they have for what they're doing. So it keeps you engaged, and I'm still excited to see where we go from here. Thank you again for joining along for the reaction. If you liked this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. And the comments on the prior videos have been so helpful to me for, providing information on all the little nuggets that I've been missing throughout these episodes. So please feel free to leave more comments about things that I might have missed in this episode. I'm sure there was so many things that I didn't catch. I've really enjoyed seeing what people are commenting there. So thank you again for watching the video, and we will catch you in the next one. I feel like episode 6 is going to be a big one, so I'm excited. Bye.